Okay, so we are here with some fantastic new authors. So we have Will, Harriet and Abir. So hello everybody.
Hello.
Hello, and thank you for doing this for us. What kind of spurred you on to get that pen out and start writing? What was it that really kind of inspired you to get going?
That's a difficult question. It's $1 million question, I think. I suppose mine was inspired by something from real life, and so because it was something at the back of my mind, I feel like I have to just get it down on the page. You know, when you talk about something endlessly and you think about it endlessly, you get to that point and you think, right, I've just got to get this first draft down, and then when you do that, it's a great feeling.
Mm-hmm.
Me, midlife crisis and anger at reading other stuff that I thought, oh, this is rubbish, and yet people are millionaires writing it, and I thought, well, I might not be brilliant, but let me have a go, and I've just been very lucky.
Excellent.
And I've been scribbling for as long as I can remember. I used to write little poems, and then I moved into song lyrics and wrote more poems, really terrible poems which will never see the light of day.
I've done exactly the same thing.
Song lyrics.
Yeah, we might do that later on. And short stories, but I never showed anyone because I knew that I didn't have the right story to tell, and it was when I just had that story that I knew had to be told, that then I thought, well, this is going to be a novel. And from that point on, I knew what it was going to be. I knew I was going to finish that novel, and all sorts of wonderful things have happened since. So, yeah.
Brilliant. And kind of what was the most exciting thing about first seeing your book, when you actually got to hold your book? What was like the feeling? What did you feel when you got your hands on it?
Oh, I had a really nice moment of showing my husband the dedication page, and I think that was really nice because, you know, when you write a novel, you do become, well, in my case, a bit of sort of a hermit and not necessarily the most pleasant person to live with. So it just felt really good to actually like show him something very tangible and say, oh, I dedicated this book to you.
Oh,
that
that's
was just
lovely.
Like a nice little moment for me, really.
Mine was a bit bittersweet because my book's dedicated to my father, who passed away knowing that it was coming out, but hadn't seen it, and so it was kind of it was nice because it's dedicated to him, but at the same time you never actually got to see.
Oh, that's really sad. Yeah.
Mine's a bit of a cop-out answer. I really can't describe that feeling of getting that first book out of the box when it arrived, because it's been something that I've waited for so long, and I've always known that I wanted to write a novel, and I still can't. I still look at the book and think that's amazing.
That's certain numbers, isn't there? There's
I don't like the right process.
Because it's huge.
Yeah,
it's like it's like George McFly at the end of Back to the Future, when he gets his box of books. It's a bit weird. It's like that.
So do you go into bookshops and kind of go, oh, that's me, that's me?
My
It moves the book about. Number one, there we go.
Oh yeah, definitely. I think everyone should be there. Yeah. We all do that. Just move it onto this table here. Yeah, honestly. And I think from that, my 7-year-old daughter goes into bookshops, and she will go and find the book, and she will take it to someone. And she'll say, my daddy is a very famous author. He wrote this book, it's really good, I think you ought to buy this book.
You've got like a promo kind of,
I know.
You don't need a publicist.
I love that. I do not pay her for that.
She doesn't get extra pocket money. I think she should get an extra 50p.
This is being taped, you do realise that.
This me sounding like a bad... No, and also I don't encourage her to do that. It's not something that we
Go on, go talk to that lady. Go on.
It's not something we practice endlessly at home. This is how you get a sale done.
So other than actually seeing the book in its physical form, what has been the most exciting thing that's happened to you since publication?
I'd say, it's all just a bit of a dream, isn't it? I mean, there's so many things that come one after the other. For me, I suppose it's the reviews from writers that you look up to, your heroes. For me, it was when Val McDermott tweeted about the book, I fell off my chair. When Ian Rankin writes something else, you just think it's very, very difficult to process. But there's so much that's new, and it's almost like a dream.
Yeah, well mine was only published last week, so I'm at the early stages still, but I've had a few nice moments recently where it just seems like people have probably engaged with it and they've asked quite a nice, like, thoughtful question. I think it's those times when you feel like you've connected with someone with your writing, and that for me is like such a good thing, because it's easy to read lots of books and never quite connect with the characters, so yeah, I feel touched when someone does.
I think there's definitely something about, especially when I receive a letter, and I've received some lovely letters, people who say this is, either this has touched me in a particular way, or this, I've had an experience which is like some of the things that you've written about in your book, and thank you for writing that. And that's an amazing thing, that you think, actually, you've made that connection with someone. You're never going to meet that person, but that they've really taken something away from it. But I suppose as well, the biggest thing for me was getting the news about being on the long list for the Booker, because that took it to a totally different level.
Once you answered the phone.
Once I got round to answering my phone, that's because I read. Each year I read the shortlisted books, and then some of the long listed books, and some of my favourite authors. The ones who won the Booker, and I never imagined that I would be, anything I wrote would be up there with them, and that took it to a whole new level.
So you've set the bar for yourself pretty high now.
Yeah, there is a certain amount of pressure now on that second novel, so got to get that right.
But you're still kind of enthusiastic to get on with it and move forward.
And I realise I've got this, this amazing opportunity. I suppose the same with you guys, having that first book out there and getting some great responses from it. I want to build on that. I want to show that I can do something quite different. This happened at one of the Booker events. One of the judges, who shall remain nameless, came up to me and she said, maybe after a couple of glasses of wine, she said, I liked your book, but don't do it again. She said, don't do it again, because you've shown us you can do that. Shows you can do something totally different. So I'm taking that as my guidance for the next book. Is
in terms of genre different, or just a different kind of setup and
different
characters?
setup.
Okay.
And I suppose I do something in the many which is quite risky in terms of the reader's engagement with it, and it's not really a twist or a reveal, but it's similar. And what I think what she was saying is, now you've done that, don't revisit that. You've been there, you've done that.
That's wonderful advice.
It is actually, yeah.
And I could have easily fallen into that trap of thinking, oh, that's what people like.
Yeah, you've got a formula and you kind of follow it on. Yeah.
So that's what I'm going for. And also, there's something my book is set in a small, tiny, isolated fishing village, and it was really quite an oppressive place to be during the time I was writing the book, because I had that village in my head for the whole time, with its cast of characters who weren't necessarily all lovely people. So the next one I wanted to spread out. I've got a city now, with and there's a lot more freedom in that, and I'm having fun with it actually.
That's the whole point, isn't it? If you're not enjoying it, then you can't really carry on with it.
Yeah.
So something you said earlier, Will, which is the advice that I've taken when I do my writing, is to write what you would like to read, and I think that is very, very important. So what do you all like to read? What would be your kind of desert island book that you could happily read again and again and again?
Take one each.
If you want to take two, I might allow that, but no more than two.
We allow Claire to take two.
Yeah. Claire McIntosh took two, so that was
Well, there's one that I do read probably every year, and that's 1984.
Brilliant.
Which I still see so much in it, and it's no surprise that it was back in the charts in the last 6 months. It's such a salutary, lesson or warning rather.
Yeah.
But yeah, there's so much more in it, and I find so much in it every time I read it. So that would be my number one pick. You can come back to it. I just wanted to get that before anyone else.
Yes, yes.
No,
Yeah.
Okay.
You can have Brave New World if you want to, someone else.
Oh, me? Oh gosh. I would have to bring something by Graham Greene. I know it's not massively original, but he was one of those first writers who really changed the way I thought about language. Because I feel like he writes in such like a simple and sparing way, and yet conveys so much meaning of these big political and religious ideas. So probably like The Quiet American. Even though it's quite a short book, actually. I'm not getting my money's worth, am I?
No, you've read it once, you read it again, yeah. But no, if that's what you want to bring, that's fine.
Your better one, the next one better be longer.
I don't. This is an impossible question, and I change. It will change every single day. It's usually a book that I've read fairly recently. The two books that I read most recently that have totally blown me away. I've just finished reading Tim Winton's Cloud Street, which I was fully absorbed in that novel. I was there the whole time. I am just amazed by what he managed to do within. He did things that I wasn't quite sure were possible, and I want to know as a writer. I want to know, how has he done that? So I'm sort of reading that over and over again, and looking at, trying to take it apart. How's he doing that? But as a reader, I was just lost in it the whole time, and I didn't want to stop. It was when it's quite a thick book. But it was that I was still reading it at sort of 3-4 in the morning, and that's how I know it's a great book. And the book I read just before that, which again I've read 4 or 5 times, just because it's a work of genius, is James Salter's Light Years, which again I don't know how he does what he does, but I really want to as a writer. But as a reader, I know I will come back to that book again and again and again, probably throughout my life.
Shut you down.
Brilliant.
In terms of my second one, I take on board what Will's saying. Whatever you read more recently that sticks out. One of the books that's really touched me recently, and in the genre that I read, crime fiction, is Denise Mina's The Long Drop, which tells a tale of the Glasgow serial killer Peter Manuel. It's a sort of dramatisation almost of some real events, and it's so beautifully written. I just had to stop several times just to pause at the beauty of the prose when she's talking about really, really macabre things and things that actually happen. And it's a beautiful book, and I'd recommend it to anybody.
Excellent.
I'll take that recommendation.
You don't have to have a second one, Harriet, if you can't think of the second one, that's fine. You can...
Well, one book I did love recently, I wouldn't take it on a desert island necessarily, but I loved Eileen by Tessa Mushbeg. I just thought such a cool and different female protagonist. So much of the time you get these female leads and they're meant to be dark and dangerous, but they are in very socially accepted ways, whereas I felt with that character she was genuinely a bit different and flawed, and I liked that. I appreciated that.
Excellent. Well, I think we're running out of time because we've kind of got more events to go to, but thank you ever so much. It's been absolutely amazing, and we wish you all the best with the future of your books.
And book number 2.
Yes,
Thank you very
yes,
Second.
and we will maybe see you back here next year. So
Brilliant.
thank you very much, and thank you for your time.
This is
Yeah, it's over.